Well, joining us now to talk more about this is journalist Fahad Shahzad from Pakistan. Thanks very much for being with us. Let me ask you, first of all, how do you see this unfolding? Have we seen the worst of it, or is there a danger that it could further escalate?
Well, thank you very much for having me. In India and Pakistan, in South Asia, on the basis of two nations, this tension has always been there. I mean, it's not just by 1947, even before of that it used to be there. And that's why the separation or the independence, during the independence, this thing happened. So it's in the memory of the nations, of Hindus and of the Muslims. The second is the contemporary situation. Okay, the Kashmir issue is also one of the core issues, but at the same time, the contemporary global and geopolitics is also involved. And now, after the knocking down of the Rafale jets, it will take another turn. The tech war in the South Asia. The Chinese one at one side and the Western technology on the other side. So it could go ahead, but with some gap. Apparently, this is how I see to the situation.
When you talk about the tech war, what do you mean by that?
Well, on one side, J-10C of the China, JF-17, Pakistan and China, and the Rafale and some other jets by the Western world that have been provided to India, and also the Israeli technology, the missiles and some other things.
Is there a way out of this then, where both sides can kind of save face and say that that it's kind of a victory for each side in some way?
Apparently, it is looking right now, they both are working on this way. Mm-hmm. But they both want to have save their dignity at the same time. At first, I was thinking it's just because of the upcoming elections in the UP and Bihar in India. But then as the things actually went on, it was not the same. Now, up to the elections, I think the tension will remain there. And then what happens, we don't know.
And in terms of how all of this began, India, for its part, has said that there were operational headquarters, according to them, inside these areas that they first targeted, belonging to prominent militant groups, including Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, which were built around mosques, and the number of civilian casualties that are claimed by Pakistan should be understood in this context. What do you say to that?
You cannot be accuser and the judge at the same time. Pakistan very rightfully have said we can have some neutral body to do this investigation, and then we can go ahead. This offer was rejected by India. Even American senators have been saying that. Recently, just I think 2 days back, India has not provided any solid evidence. So we cannot give this authority to the India that they can be accuser and at the same time the judge. So it's, somehow foul play by the India. The Pakistan has given its very due play. We must accept it. And how it will go on is still to unfold. But how the Pakistani military and the state has somehow defended to the territory is very much due. The accusation that they have attacked to the militant groups over there, I think this accusation cannot be there anymore over there. For example, if this was there, they could have given this evidence to the FATF, to some other such body that have given Pakistan the green sheet. So how they can accuse and just give an excuse for their military to cross the international border? By the way, it's not only the LOC. They have crossed the international border there. They have attacked in the Sialkot. They have attacked in the Bahawalpur. It's not, the working boundary even in the Bahawalpur. So how Pakistan have retaliated is very much due. And they are saying they will do more, but still, it depends on how India react and.
And you mentioned Kashmir earlier, which is the territory between the two countries that both sides have a claim on. Is it ultimately, for this to be resolved, is it ultimately going to come down to agreeing on the status of that territory?
Well, it looks like that. But as I said at the same time earlier, for example, there is a national memory of the both nations. Still, there will be tension. But if the Kashmir dispute gets resolved, the things will be much better as how they are now.
Good to get your analysis on this, Fahad Shahzad. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for